Today we are going to discuss a very small mnemonic which will help us remember all the inhibitors and inducers of the P450 system. Now the P450 system is very complex to understand, but for the exam point of view, drugs which inhibit the P450 system and drugs which induce the P450 system always top the list. So we'll have a very small mnemonic which will help us remember almost all the drug causes. So let's start. Right, so the mnemonic is right in front of you for the P450 inducers. That is, just remember a small story. Queen Barbie and her princess Fenra. So that's the name of the princess, and the name of the queen is Barbie. They refuse greasy carbs and they only want to drink alcohol. So it's a weird story, I know, but it will help you remember all the inducers of P450 system. So let's see what each individual drug stands for. Okay, now... Okay, so Queen Barbie, Queen, Q stands for quinine. Quinine. Barbie, bar stands for barbiturates. Now you can see the drug is also easy to remember because Queen, quinine, Barbie, barbiturates. Princess is just for the sake of remembering. Fenra is phenytoin. Refuse is rifampicin, and G stands for refuse greasy carbs. So refuse is rifampicin, greasy is again griseofulvin, carb stands for carbamazepine, and they only drink alcohol stands for chronic alcohol intake, and where there is alcohol, hand in hand goes smoking. So you can just remember smoking and alcohol here. There's another drug which does not come into all this mnemonic category, that is St. Johnson's wort. So it has similar action like SSRI and SNRI. So that also is a P450 inducer. Now let's go to P450 inhibitors. Okay, so inhibitor, you should write down the entire name for the mnemonic. Okay. I'm sorry, just a second. Now, inhibitors include, so first the mnemonic for inhibitors is stop kids eating. See, inhibition. So you are stopping them to do something. So stop kids eating cholesterol and grapes, which lead, so just remember grapes, it leads to increased acidity. And so they need to take an antacid, that is mostly a PPI. So that is the mnemonic. Now stop stands for sulfonamides. Here in the name itself there is one drug, INH. That is a anti-tuberculosis drug. And next ketoconazole. E for erythromycin. C cholesterol. C for ciprofloxacin and cimetidine. Grapes, as in cranberry products, will also inhibit the P450 system in increased amounts. Increased acidity, A stands for alcohol intake again. Remember the alcohol intake in inducers was acute, but here it's chronic alcohol intake, acute alcohol intake. Here, A for A, acute alcohol intake, all A's. Then other drug is allopurinol and amiodarone. So we have 3 A's because there's increased acid, so increased amount of A's, so 3 A's: allopurinol, amiodarone, acute alcohol, all are A's. So you're taking a PPI. The PPI here is omeprazole, the most common PPI. So these are all the inhibitors. So remember, for inhibitors, you're inhibiting children to do something. So you're stopping the kids eating cholesterol and grapes because it leads to increased acidity. Then you have to take an antacid, which is omeprazole. And for inducers, there's a queen, she's refusing, and her princess is also refusing to eat all the greasy carbs because they only like to drink alcohol. So remember these mnemonics, which will help you in the exam. That's it for this video. Thank you.